Hi there folks, welcome to Dunge's Guitar Stuff. Another metal lesson today. This time it's a band called Malice from the album License to Kill, which came out in 1987. Now I think these guys supported Slayer 1987 at Edinburgh Playhouse. I recall them being pretty good, pretty metal anyway, not as metal as Slayer, but who was in 1987. So Jay Reynolds, I believe, I remember reading stories at the time that he was meant to be joining Megadeth, play lead guitar, but he obviously didn't. Now the tuning on this, it seems to be slightly sharp, slightly above E in concert pitch. I thought with this particular tune, I thought was played in G. And they'd actually detuned a bit and were playing the G. But when I watched a recent video, or a video from a few years ago, of them playing this live in some small club, and they're definitely playing it in the chords are F, starts on an F sharp. So I can only think for some reason this album is tuned about a quarter tone higher than standard pitch, which is A, strange, and B, a bit of a pain when you're trying to play along with it. So in order not to do that, I've actually done this lesson just in standard pitch, which hopefully makes it easier despite my errors, no doubt. So I'll pick my axe of choice. So as an aside, I don't know if anybody records with Ableton Live, but how the hell do you get the cursor to go along the timeline when you're recording? Bloody annoying. Anyway, this is a 1979 Gibson Les Paul standard wine red. As you can see, I procured a switch tip from another Gibson because this one's cracked. So this is all original T Tops. Great sounding guitar. So in the intro I used 3 70's Gibson guitars. I used a 72 SG Deluxe, this 79 Les Paul standard, and a 78 The Paul. They're all fitted with T Tops, so it's really just to show you can play 80's metal on T Tops. So let's bash on. So I'm doing this in standard tuning. Excuse me while I check this is bloody recording. Anyway, put this down a bit, see what I'm doing. Now the song starts with in an F sharp chord. It starts with a bit quieter, not as much gain. Turn the volume down a bit. So it's F sharp to the A, and then 4 hits or downstrokes I play anyway, or back to the F sharp, back to the A, and then the F sharp again, back to the A, and then this time you hammer on to the B, the 4th fret of the D and G strings. It takes a bit getting used to because you're not actually hitting the 5th string. You could play that as well, just with the, if you put your 2nd finger on this F sharp note and then go over with your 3rd finger to play the A, you need to slide up to hit that B chord, but you could do it like that as well. But watching that recent video, both guitar players definitely seem to be playing it off just this F sharp chord. As I say, it does take a bit of getting used to because there's a lot of string dampening going on the notes you're not playing, and then One of the guitar players I noticed who's got huge fingers, he's just hitting on to the B chord with his third finger, but I've got short fat fingers, so I find that difficult. For me it's easier to hammer on with the third on the 4th fret of the D string and my pinky on the 4th fret of the G string. And then when the guitars come in, the louder guitars, it's just the same thing. The two of them are stereo panned left and right, and they're just playing the same thing for the intro, and that's also the chorus as well. So the verse starts in a C sharp, plays the C sharp, it's just all power chords, C sharp at the 4th fret, to an E, to a B, back to the C sharp, and then he toggles off this E chord, which is the 4th fret of the G string, 5th fret of the B string, to the 4th fret of both those. So I'll play that part. And then it's C sharp again, and then A, B, back to C sharp. So it goes back to the B and then back to the C sharp again. So I'll play that whole verse part. And then going into the chorus, he'll just play the B chord, and then it goes back to the chorus, which is the same as the intro. So they play two of them, and then the first chorus seems to be split in half. The middle part is just a B chord, which they hold for I think 4 bars. So it's B for 4 bars, then it slides up to the C, and then the C sharp, and back to the chorus again. So I'll play a whole verse and then into that chorus. And that's the whole chorus part, and it goes into a verse after that. So underneath the guitar solo, the rhythm guitar plays this. So it's A, C, G, A, C, D. And then the same back to the C and the G. To the A, and this time it plays a D sharp and then back to the D. So I'll play that whole part. And at the end of the solo, they come out playing a C chord and then a D to the F sharp. And then the song stops, apart from one guitar. Now, to my ears, this is what he's playing. There's not as much overdrive, turns the old gain down a bit. So the fingering seems to go like this. He's playing all these strings. He's playing the D, the G and the B string just with separate fingers. And he's playing it from the chord like this. first chord is 4 on the D string, 6 on the G string, 7 on the B string. And then you move the 7th fret of the B string down to the 5th fret of the B string, and then it's 4th fret, hammer back onto the 5th fret of the B string. So I'll play that slow because it sounds more complicated than it is. Play that again. And then you take your 3rd finger off the 6th fret of the G string, so it's just the 4th fret here. Those two parts. There's no fancy finger picking as such, he just seems to be catching all 3 of these notes in the chord just with his 3 fingers at the same time. Finishes on an A chord. And then back into the riff again, which, might I say, is a killer metal riff. So, there you have it. That's all the guitar riffs for Chain Gang Woman by Malice from their 1987 album, Licensed to Kill. Killer album.